All right, my wonderful people, I got another beautiful question right here. But before we proceed, please do click the subscription button and subscribe to this channel if you want to be getting updates back to back. King of Updates is back again to enlighten you and tell you how it happened for here. Let's quickly jump into today's program. Let's see what the question is all about. Pay attention and make sure you are listening attentively to get proper information regarding to the this might also be your own case so that you know how to follow it and tackle it up. All right, so let's quickly jump into this question and see what this person wants. He says, please, sir, if Italy gives someone tourist visa and the person fly through Spain, is there going to be problem at port of entry? All right. Now, in most cases, it's always a problem, especially the country where you are coming from and depending the kind of passport you are holding. All right. If you are holding a tourist visa, business visa, depending on kind of visa you are holding and the country where you are coming from, sometimes it may, in fact, 95% is usually a problem, depending on the country where you're coming from. For instance, if you're coming from Nigeria, it's usually a problem because you are meant to land first in the country that gave you visa. All right. There is a reason why they gave you visa. And there is something you told them, you were able to convince them that made them to give you that visa. So you are supposed to land first in their own country. So you drop if you're dropping in another country, for instance, just like you said, you want to drop in Spain while Italy gave you the visa. Spain will suspect the reason why you want to drop in Spain and come into Spain. Spain will check your document to find out why is it that you don't want to proceed to the country that gave you visa. Two things are involved. They will start suspecting either your visa is not original or you have another intention why you want to drop over. Remember, I said, depending on the country passport you are holding, that means the country where you are coming from. Most people who has European passport, Canadian passport, US passport, and other valuable African passport or Asian passports, they can easily have access to branch over to do their shopping, do their things, even stay over, lay over in the country, do their things, and still proceed to their journey, or even stay there. They have no problem. But for a country like ours, like Nigeria, it's often very difficult and it triggers a suspect that you have a different intention into Spain. All right. So it's often a problem. And it's often advisable that it's better for you to land first to that country that issued you visa. Then, if you want to go back to or move to another country, within the period that your visa is still valid, you can use a train to move to that next country that you want, as long as your visa is still valid. You got your visa through the Schengen area or through the Schengen, any of the country that is in Schengen zone. Automatically, you have the access to tour around. Even if you enter the country that issued you visa today and you decide the next 1 hour you want to proceed to the next country, it is very much possible. Nobody would stop you from that. Than endangering yourself, making yourself to look suspicious by trying to move to or stop over to another country and go into that country, then proceed your life from there. I know some of you might be liking to, reduce expenses, but then you stand a very high chance of endangering yourself or even facing repatriation. Okay, so it's not often advisable for you to have another country visa and you stop over in another country just to start living there. So I will advise you, as long as Schengen country is concerned, go direct to that country that issued you a visa, then let them stamp you in. You can now proceed with train or the next available flight to that country of your choice as long as your visa is still valid. All right, except you have another uh, motive, interior or interior motive. Except you have another interior motive, or your visa is not original one, or is about to expire. You have a limited time. You have within 24 hours for your visa to expire. All right. So even at that, that is a very big problem at the point of entry of another country that is not the country that issued you that particular visa. All right. So I don't know if this answers your question. So it's not advisable for you to stop over in another country that is not the one that issued your visa for you to stay over there. In most cases, they don't accept even people coming from Africa, depending on the country where you're coming from. All right. So in most cases, they don't accept people coming from Africa to, you know, probably